Hey everyone, welcome back to Apollo Art Analysis. In today's episode, we're going to be studying a piece by the career 3D artist known as Beeple, and in this episode, we're going to be looking at this multivariate visual energy. We're also going to explore influences of the glitch art aesthetics. Let's jump right into it. So at first sight, we're struck by the light of 1,000 torn pixels here. Your first impression is likely one of shock, of course, due to the incredibly chaotic composition before us. One of the first things I notice how space is used here, right? We have about 3 distinct regions. Of course, most of the work is quite dark, so we have, of course, this massive wall of light which draws the eye time and time again. You may also notice how the main colors within this work appear to be green, blue, and purple, but despite this, we have a diverse range of tones, especially around that anchor point. We have red, we have orange, and even yellow as well. You may also notice a sense of texture here, right? This really reminds of the glitch art aesthetic, and of course mixes with the aforementioned vibrance to induce an extreme sense of visual energy. And on that topic, I have another work from the original artist Beeple to talk about this sense of visual energy. I'm going to bring that in real quick and see what we can learn. Alright, so I got another work from Beeple here to talk about this sense of visual energy. I actually studied this about 2 weeks ago, but of course you see this sense of energy in both compositions, right? This is primarily due to that kind of torn pixel, that shadow, that fractalized effect that may remind of the glitch art aesthetic as well. Of course, red is already a highly vibrant color, so just like this work here, this sense of vibrance, this sense of color gives an extreme sense of visual energy alongside that sense of texture. And so, all in all, both of these works show an amazing example of multivariate visual energy, that is visual energy across multiple different elements from texture to light and so much more. We absolutely love to see it, and of course that visual energy just invigorates the composition to the most intense degree. And so with that in mind, I want to ask y'all, how do y'all feel when you view this piece? The setting of the scene is pretty difficult to pin down with any set certainty, right? It's incredibly vague. It is quite abstract, but there is something going on here. If you look closely, there appear to be an urban environment with these balconies which just go up and up and up. So this is either a photograph or a digital render of some kind. And one is likely to cite the glitch art aesthetic when viewing this composition. Of course, that reminds of the disordered, the shattered, and the fractalized. And at the end of the day, glitch artists work with deliberate digital distortion, so that sense of chaos is just inherent to the work. But the sheer sense of energy here is just impossible to miss, right? We see this across so many different dimensions. We talked about that previously, but at the end of the day, the energy within this work is simply inescapable. It may give a migraine to some while invigorating the spirit of the wild others. And of course, the subject of the scene, it appears to be a portal of some kind or another. We talked about that urban environment, the abstract nature of this piece, but for me, it reminds of a portal, and perhaps we've reached a portal to the great unknown. It's hard to say exactly what we're looking at, and of course, one may feel invited to transcend or be destroyed in pure entropy. So at the end of the day, I just wanted to ask y'all, what do y'all see when you view this piece? This work, of course, is incredibly abstract, so we talked about that urban landscape, but it's hard to say exactly what the symbolism of this scene is. Perhaps it is pure chaos. The title of this work truly lends to that. But at the end of the day, I just want to ask y'all, what do y'all see when you view this piece? The abstract nature is going to elevate other elements such as intensity of light, intensity of texture. So many different elements are elevated when we look at abstract art. And so at the end of the day, this work appears to be a digital render with a lot of different edits, right? Of course, the glitch art aesthetic, sometimes they go into the literal metadata of a photo file and kind of transfer or change that around. But at the end of the day, this is incredibly chaotic work. So this is truly a multimedia experience, and of course it's incredibly chaotic and energetic at that. I really hope y'all enjoyed today. The work before us, like I said, appears to be multimedia, so we have the render and some Photoshop or some kind of edit upon that. This is not just a digital render, so really hope y'all enjoyed today. We talked about so many different things, from this sense of energy here, this kind of urban landscape, of course the abstract nature of this work, the glitch art aesthetic dealing with deliberate digital distortion, so many different things we hit on today. I really hope y'all enjoyed. If y'all enjoyed today's episode, make sure to check out the original artist Beeple, truly a career artist at this point. And of course, the program used here is going to be Cinema 4D. So, like I said, I really hope y'all enjoyed today. If y'all did, go check out the original artist. My name's Apollo. This was Apollo Art Analysis, and I'll see y'all on the next episode. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you'd like to support our work directly, please check out our Apollo community tokens. Apollo Art Exchange is an ecosystem of art appreciation which elevates artists each and every day. Thanks for listening.